Hi Libra, welcome back to Peony Lore, where we help you to find the beauty in all things. So, we are going to start off with our sacred geometry cards. We're going to do a little bit of a back history about what's been going on for you from the recent past up until now that you could potentially be carrying into, okay, this entire month of August. And then we will do a standard reading. So, Libra, if you happen to have Virgo in your chart, you're going to want to go take a look at that Virgo reading, because this is the same card that Virgo received. This is the number 11 Genesis pattern, planting the seed for what needs to go on for you this entire month. This is what the universe is guiding you towards in order to support yourself. So I'm going to go into the book and I'm going to read to you the crystal suggestions and also the mantra that goes along with it. Sacred geometry is very important, as you know. So when we're talking about the Genesis pattern, that's exactly what this pattern is. It's talking about your ability to manifest what it is that you'd like to bring forward. So the mantra is, today I manifest new beginnings and a fresh start in my life. That's very, very beautiful. Okay, now we're going to flip over here to the energy of the crystals that can support you with this, creating a crystal grid, using this image to meditate with, doing both in your meditation, just different ways to step up the energy. So the crystal suggestions are moss agate, unakite, epidote, and citrine. So that is what the universe is inviting you to do. Plant new seeds so that you can have some new experiences. All right, Libra. Whether you're sun, moon, or rising, or anywhere else where you have a lot of Libra in your chart, this is going to be the reading for you. Let's take a look about what's been going on from the past that is relevant towards this reading for you guys for August here of 2022. All right, the first card out that we have is the Eight of Wands. So the Eight of Wands is all about communication, but it has a lot to do with loving communication usually. So there's a lot of communication that at some point was in your craw, and what was challenging you out of that communication was whether or not you were going in the right direction or not, with the Six of Wands in the reverse position. Let's see what else we have on that for Libra. Okay, wow. We have the energy of the World card. So we're talking about major themes here, and the other card that wants to pop out, which makes a lot of sense, is the energy of the Fool. However, it's in the reverse position. What else do we have about that? The next card we have is the Five of Coins. The Five of Coins does indicate that we're focusing on lack. Let's find out exactly what it is that we are lacking. It doesn't always have to be financial, but it does usually mean that there's some sort of consideration towards some sort of a resource for you. So let's go ahead and see what else. And we have a whole grip. So we're going to take all of them, but we're going to start with these. Okay. So this is why it came out together. So Libra, you know that you are governed by Venus, and Venus is represented with the major arcana of the Empress, which is what we have here. So the issue that has been challenging you to close off what was happening in the past was this Knight of Wands. And so the Knight of Wands is the energy of workmanship. It's the energy of getting going, getting something rocking and rolling here. With the Empress in the upright position in this reading, it does indicate you very specifically. And what is it that we are challenging ourselves with? Well, this is interesting. We have the Three of Cups, which usually indicates happiness, but it also indicates getting together with other people. So that could be a couple of different things. And then what we have to cap that all off with is the we go from the Knight of Wands in the upright position to the King of Wands in reverse. So we're talking about a major slowdown in work effort. There could be lots of different reasons for that. But at the end of the day, with the two major arcana that are sitting here with the World card and the Fool, there's something that has been challenging you in a sense to try to button up, to try to finish up, to try to get through what it is that we have going on here. So when we get into the energy of the World card, usually we're talking about tying up karmic cycles. We're talking about the energy of needing an opportunity to refresh, because if you're finishing one thing, it's allowing you to move on to this next new thing. The natural progression of what these two major arcana stand for is they sit next to each other in the tarot. So what this is talking to me about is a significant change that has taken place for you in the past, where you have had great communication in the past, but something has slowed it down. Something has caused it to stop. And the energy of the Fool in the reverse position, I mean, what we're really talking about as it's sitting here with this Five of Coins is it's a failure to launch in one way, shape, form. Okay, it's feeling like you may not have what it takes to do the thing, whatever that the thing is for you. And even though there's energy, and even though this Knight of Wands wants to bring you another opportunity, there's something that has been slowing you down. And so with the considerations that have been here, I really find that this has a lot to do with probably business. It could be migrating into something different, but I really do feel that you do have some connections that are here. Now, they were asking me to take this a little bit further, so we're going to go a little bit further in here. At some point, there may have been a decision to, X or get off the pot. That's what the Two of Swords in reverse is like the deed has been done. We have the energy of the, let me double check here. Yeah, this is the Hierophant in the reverse position. So, Libra, you could have been dealing with a Taurus, because that is who the Hierophant refers to. But the other thing about that whole energy with the Hierophant has a lot to do with Venus also. So Venus is Libra and Taurus, but with the Hierophant in the reverse position, it has a lot to do with lack of commitment, or especially with the Two of Swords. There's something that was maybe didn't have enough information on. So there could be a potential that this is a lot to do with resources. It may not 100% be your energy. However, the next card that we have is the Star card. So the Star card obviously is a beautiful card. It's also Aquarius's card in the tarot deck. But what it is sitting here next to is the Five of Cups. So every sign except for Virgo received the Five of Cups in part of their historical or their current version of what's going on here in the month of August. So as I stated before, the Five of Cups, I feel, has a lot to do with the energies that we were feeling February, March, April, when it had to do with the rise of letting things come up to the surface. It doesn't matter necessarily the specifics of what was going on with the astrology. I'm not going to get into too much of astrology today, but it does mean that you are a part of the collective energy that was going through this flushing, if you will, of rising emotional circumstances up to the top so that you could face what needed to be faced, and then, walking out with your two cups at the end of the day. That's what it boils down to. Something had to give, something had to go, something that looked as though was not creating you the amount of joy or fulfillment in one way, shape, form, or another that you would have hoped to have received. So, again, you're not the only sign that went through it. I mean, collectively, we all went through it. But like I said, for whatever reason, Virgo was the only one that didn't get the Five of Cups. But again, I do feel that if you are connected to Virgo, again, you could be connected to Taurus, you could be connected to Aquarius. You may want to take a look at those readings, especially the Virgo reading. Now, let's go ahead. I'm going to do the Celtic Cross, but due to spacing concerns, we're just going to lay them out flat right next to each other. Okay, we have the energy of the Ten of Swords in the reverse position. We have the energy of the Wheel in the reverse position. Oh, wow. Yeah, a lot of concerns about your resources, whether it's your physical finances, not supportive with that Five of Pentacles that we saw, or emotional investment into something. With the third card, we have the Eight of Cups energy. So that is being completed with something and then trying to figure out what your next step is going to be. The next card down that we have is the Six of Cups, but that's in the reverse position. Okay. And then the next card we have is the Five of Swords in the reverse position. That's good though. Now we have the Nine of Wands in the reverse position. Let's take a look at what's going on with the seventh house, the relationship house. Whoa! Well, seventh house is the Three of Wands, beg your pardon, transitioning into the Four of Wands. Then we go into the Queen of Cups, and then we have the Knight of Swords. Let's get our outcome in the 10th placement. That is very interesting to me. Let's get the outcome for Libra here for August 2022, please. Whoa, we have a lot to say. So this is definitely not just your energy. This is the energy of other people involved in this. What we're talking about here, before I even get into it, yeah, there's the slowdown of the resources for the 10th house. And here's the slowdown of the resources in the 10th house. Okay, so we definitely are talking about a business slowdown, but we're going to take this step by step, and we will definitely be doing clarifiers here in this area when we get over to this piece. The bottom, the bottom of the deck is the energy of the Death card, kind of mixed in with the energy of Sagittarius, the Temperance card. And what this is talking about, you cannot avoid this particular situation that's taking place for you here in the month of August. You just can't. The only thing that the universe is saying that needs to be done is you need to do things slow and steady. That is exactly what it is that they're talking about. You can afford at this particular moment to not be so defensive, I guess is one way to say it. You can afford to say everything that you need to say and move on with life. But what you are going to find out here before the end of the month is that whatever it is that you needed to accept with this Four of Cups in reverse is now turning this Fool from the negative position into the upright position. So let's figure out what it is that we are talking about as far as getting there. Now, first card, first house, the energy about how it is that you're seeing yourself. You are done, Libra. You are, this is the epitome of where it is. All air signs representing the sword energy that we have here. Extreme mental prowess, but with the Ten of Swords in the reverse position, you've drawn the line in the sand. You know something is not quite the way it needs to be, and you've killed it to death. Now, it doesn't necessarily have to be the end all be all, but what it does mean is that mentally, at least, you have decided what it is that you're going to stick around for, whatever that is for you, and what you're not going to, and you've drawn the line in the sand. So what this means is, with you dropping something here in the month of August, you are receiving the clarity next, because at the end of the 10 cycle, you begin it all over again. So you've made some and will be making some strategic decisions about what it is that you're going to do here in the month of August. The second house, Taurus energy, we are talking about the Wheel of Fortune in the reverse position. So resources has been very much a part of what is going on for you. Now, resources doesn't always have to be money, but it does have emotional, physical context to it. Where are you spending your emotional dollars? Where are you spending your physical dollars? What are you spending time and energy on? And people, what are you doing? Now, with the beauty of this particular deck, Lady Justice, which is Libra, okay, is saying cautions are off. Whatever it is that was continuing on in from previous moments up until now has been clarified, or is being clarified very, very quickly. Technically, this is a warning card, and they're trying to draw your attention towards something that needs to be done in order to support you in your best and highest good. That's basically what it is. Now, in the third house, the communication that's coming towards you is this energy of the the Eight of Cups. What is it that you're considering walking away from? What is it that you have decided or will be deciding, because this information may be coming in from someone else, not necessarily just you, but in order for you to have that full fulfillment about something, you have to walk away from something else that's no longer serving you. This is nothing more than a strategic choice that has to get done for whatever reason that is. Making this choice is going to lead you towards that ninth cup of happiness. Physically, in the fourth house, we have a couple of things that are going on. Cancer driven, we have the Six of Cups sitting here in the reverse position. So what this means is that there's a lack of joy that's going on in your physical fourth house. Now, your physical fourth house technically is the place where you live, but if you spend a lot of time at work or you have a home-based business these days, we have to make sure that we bring those and bring those together. What it is that we're seeing is that maybe also with the Six of Cups indicating that there's a lot of spirit communication. Maybe we haven't seen everything that we need to see. So the communication that's coming into you is going to help shift this card in your home position so that you can receive more joy in your home. Now, when we get to the fifth house, that's Leo energy, okay, our joy and all those different types of things. What we have is the Five of Swords in reverse. Beautiful energy. if there's been something that's been stagnant in your physical house or wherever it is that you find joy and pleasure and things of that nature, the Five of Swords is indicating you said what you needed to say, you did what you had to do. You're going to do it with kindness though, right? Because, you know, you're going to win when the Five of Swords is in the reverse position. It's just about how it is that you express yourself to the person that you're having the conversation with, basically, is how that goes down. But you are going to be victorious, at least with your thoughts and being able to articulate your thoughts here. Now, when we get down to the 6th house future energy, one of the things that it's going to be coming toward you is this 9 of Wands. This is what we've got going on here. The 9 of Wands in the upright position is always talking to us about being very, very tired, but giving yourself an opportunity to take a break so that you can push forward into this next action. When it's in the reverse position, it means you've taken everything into consideration, or at least you should have by this point, so that you can be prepared to deliver your last whatever that is that you want to put at the end of this sentence. The universe is getting you prepared, okay? And so this energy that you may have had as far as a slowdown, because of considerations that you've taken or have made from the past up until this moment, is going to continue on in your future resource house. Okay, again, resources, money, time, people, opportunities, all those different types of things. In this particular case, you are still being encouraged that as you are going through this scenario here, you are going to be in a position where you can afford to take Spirit's advice and now kind of turn that around so that you can complete something that maybe hasn't been completed to this particular moment, or you've made the decision to complete something and now you've got that last drive to continue to move forward. Can be a little bit tricky with this one as I'm seeing it with the other cards, but what I'm seeing here as we get into the relationship or the business relationship house, if you're not in a couple type of a situation, is this 3 of Wands. The 3 of Wands is talking about your personal ships coming in. And because your partner right here is traveling with you up this path, it does mean that there's going to be a correction in the 4th house. So when we talk about the 4th house, okay, again, we're talking about your house, but we're also talking about your business place. Some sort of a partnership. So it's either you and your spouse or your intended or your business partner making decisions so that you guys can gracefully transition into something that is going to support the both of you. The 11-11 energy that we were talking about here, the Genesis pattern. What do you want to create? So you got to start pulling the weeds on the old things here so that you can start allowing the new things to step forward in their place. Now, we've got a couple of interesting pieces here. Woo! We have the energy of the Queen of Cups. Libra. Emotions, emotions, emotions. The Queen of Cups. Equivalent to, in many cases, the High Priestess. Very, very clear about what her intentions are and her next steps. She doesn't go backwards and pay attention to old pain. She just moves forward. She's got things to do. So she's not going to sit back and be sitting in her emotions that don't support her. What comes out of this is her drive to move forward to her end emotional goal gets into this marriage situation with the King of Cups, okay? So what we're talking about is something becoming very stable emotionally, and also within your spirit. There's something that's very solid getting ready to take place here. Now, what it is that you have to be mindful of is the energy of the Knight of Swords. This is a delivery method. This is information that's coming towards you. If you are a business owner, this has a lot to do with potential contracts and things of that nature, but there's a lot of protective energy that's in this particular card. It's, I need to document, I need to get things organized. So if you are in a business proposal type of a situation, really make sure that you are reviewing the documentation down to the nth degree, crossing all the T's, dotting all the I's, but there is a need for assertiveness on your part to make sure that whatever this happens to be is going to be in your best and highest good. Because the next step up from this is whatever it is that comes out of the situation, kind of got double queen energy here. You're going to have to be in your most high divine feminine. Doesn't matter if you're a masculine person or a female person. The divine feminine is all about the creation energy that is all around you. Now, double information will we get here to this 10th of house, which is technically the outcome. So because we have a couple of scenarios, I am going to pull a couple clarifiers, but I'm going to start with the first grouping first. Okay. triple queen energy now as we're looking at this. We have a Queen of Wands in the reverse position. The Queen of Wands in the reverse position is not necessarily where you want to be if you are a business owner. I'm going to put it in that context. Or a student, or someone else that's working on a project. Especially if you're working in conjunction with someone else. Because what this means is that there is a slowdown of energy and effort. Usually it's for a reason. And the reason is because of lack of resources. Now again, it doesn't have to always be physical dollars and cents. It can be time, energy, and what needs to come to fruition. The second half of what we have though here in this situation is now we have, let me double check here. Yeah. Now we also have the Knight of Wands in the reverse position. This is the messenger or a person that has approached you but is also pulling back a little bit as well. And because this is associated also with what is going on with the Queen of Wands, I think this has a lot to do with you dealing in somebody else's energy, and the other person's energy happens to be someone that is an earth sign. I have to put that out there. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy, we definitely have a slowdown. With the King of Coins in the reverse position, we have kind of lost, we've kind of lost stacks a little bit. There is something that is inconsistent with the resources. Again, doesn't always have to be about money, but because this would start over again and it would turn into the Page of Coins, there's a slowdown. So what this is saying is that this might not be the right time to do an investment into something at this particular moment here in August. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do clarifiers with my galactics here and let's see what we've got going on. Give me a clarification on the first pairing, Ace of Coins in the reverse with the Queen of Wands. Lack of effort is what we have here. Okay, isolation is the card that we have coming up here. This has got a lot of Virgo energy in it. So again, if you have Virgo on your chart, you need to go back and take a look at that reading. So what's happening is that while you've been in potentially hermit mode with thought processes that are about responding to something in a different way, things have not been practical. And that's what you have to face. The practicality of some things that need to step forward. And the concern, the reason why you haven't moved forward is because you are slow to launch as far as this change. You know something has to change. You just haven't quite done it. Now, the resources, this other person that is in your energy. We've got, again, the Knight of Wands not communicating with the Queen of Wands, and it's due to the Knight of Coins not being able to commit in some way in order to support. Yeah, this has a lot to do with a conventional business, or if you are in a coupling situation, it may have something to do with your physical house itself. So if you're building, you may not have all the resources that you need, and things of that nature. Contracts, like I said before, was the thing that was coming up for me. So you're not being aggressive enough. And I am getting Taurus energy out of this just to make sure that you see. But what this is talking about is not being aggressive enough with the different items that are coming towards you. But what you have to realize is that this is all about the energy of moderation. Whatever this person has for you, it is going to be the end-all be-all as far as your fulfillment is concerned. But until this person comes through, you are just not jazzed. Therefore, you're not putting in energy, and this person's not putting in energy when it comes to the final outcome. So we cannot leave it like that. We got to dig down a little bit deeper. They said start with the numerology cards, and let's put a little bit of something something on this here. All right. Give me Libra. Yeah, your intuition might have been off a little bit as far as timing. We have the energy of 1111. We have the energy of 22 or 22, meaning the appropriate time to build, right? So the intuition might be off a little bit. Yeah. And whoever it is that you're dealing with is not putting in the effort that they were supposed to. This is where the assertive energy for you could potentially come in. All right, universe, let me have some more information on this. Talk to me about the outcome for Libra here in August. Well, we have the Chariot card. We have the Knight of Cups in reverse. We have the Fool again in reverse. We have the Hermit in reverse. And we have the Death card. So basically what this is, and this is why the universe is stepping forward, you don't have enough information at this particular moment, and it has everything to do with this Knight of Swords. So this Knight of Swords is either you, or it could also be the Aquarian energy about what it is that you've been asking for in the past to like really show up. Contracts, things that you need, okay? So let's put this and cap this story together. Okay, let's do it like this so I can show you guys the cards. All right. This energy that has started had a lot to do with your attachment to something or somebody else. This is the Cancer Major Arcana of the Chariot card. First of all, that is what that is. But second of all, this has a lot to do, for some of you, about where you're actually stepping. Okay, where you're actually moving to. Now, it doesn't have to be a physical house move. It could be a business move, but there's something that you might be missing when it comes to the physical movement of what needs to take place. If you are aware of it, that's kind of got you down in the mouth with this King of Cups in the reverse position. And because we have this energy here, this Queen of Cups, King of Cups energy that steps forward, this has a lot to do with this person not being ready to move forward. That prevents you from launching the way that you want to be able to launch. However, not being in hermit mode anymore, this person who's been in hermit mode, this isolation that we've been talking about, that's you know what it is that you want to be able to do. You've seen the light, but the problem is that you're so connected to this other person. This is in the sideways position. This is the Scorpio energy of the Death card. Change must come. Another duplicate card that we've had here. Facts have to be faced. And when facts are faced, where you started off maybe feeling that you were in the negative, you move back into the positive. This has a lot to do with the way that you're communicating with other people. This has a lot to do with the way that communication is coming into you as well. So this is time for you to buckle up, Buttercup. Really, really, really work on the things that you need for yourself. Okay? You need to make sure that your intuition is on point. This is the beginnings of you laying down your foundation here. This is what the 11 and the 2-2 energy is all about. Creating what it is that you would like to be able to experience, and making sure that you're checking in with yourself, your higher self, your guidance, your team, to help you navigate towards all of these different things. But like I said, at some point, when we face the Death card and we do things slowly with moderation involved, we can afford to take a step back from being so assertive or so aggressive in one way, and to allow the communication to take place. Out of this comes full acceptance. Maybe you had something to do with the situation and now you have to face facts. Maybe it has a lot to do with this other person, but it does look like it gets quashed. It looks like you will be able to launch forward with the creativity that it is you are bringing towards the table. This is the energy of the Magician at that point. So all of this really does go together. Let's go ahead and see what supportive energies we have for Libra for the month of August 2022. It just looks to me like you have a lot of work to do, Libra. Okay? You have a lot of work to do. Okay. Well, we're taking all of these because they said take all of these. First of all, if you know your birth chart, I need you to go and find where your North Node is, okay? We're talking about your destiny in the situation. You have to go back and communicate to yourself honestly, because it's just you and you. Did you get everything that you wanted or asked for starting at the beginning of the year? Okay, can you see where things are matching your destiny? Everything I said is like, it's right here. Everything has to do with your level of communication, okay? Now, here's what's going on, and this is why they're putting so much energy into this. The Part of Fortune card, again, if you know your birth chart, you need to go and take a look at your Part of Fortune, or how that personally affects you. It's going to affect people differently based upon where it happens to be in one of the houses in your chart. But the Part of Fortune is also talking about increase. And so in order for this to take place, in order for this increase to take place, You have to identify where there's been missing communication, meeting your bottom line. There's a lot of communication and a lot of cleanup work that needs to get done. We're going to cap this off for you, Libra, here with an angel card. Yeah, you can't avoid doing this. You're going to have to make a strong decision about something, and you might be afraid of hurting somebody's feelings. So just make sure that when you have the communication, you're doing it from a place of love, so that you can get what you want, because that's what the universe is showing. You just have to be it's this one right here. You have to be very honest about what you want. Can't make this up, guys. First of all, you need to continue to make healthy choices. Now, healthy choices does mean physical health. What you're eating, what you're consuming, too much ice cream, maybe too much wine, too many chips, we don't know. But are you not taking enough? I mean, basically take care of your body, because your body's going to take care of you, especially because of you guys being super, super intuitive. You're off balance. That's pretty much what's going on here. You're off balance to this point. So please take a look at your choices. And then ask your angels to continue to show you different ways to balance things out for yourself. It should be fairly easy for you to identify where you've been out of balance so that you can start to correct it, okay? And then when you do that, trust your vibes. You know you better than anybody else. And so when it comes to business decisions and things of that nature, you will come out of a challenging situation when you accept your level of responsibility versus somebody else's responsibility, and making a concerted effort to try to create a new opportunity. There's going to be some opportunities that show up, so just make sure that you ask your angels and spirit guides to show you the most appropriate steps for you. Now, having had said that, make sure that you take a look at your sun, your moon, your rising, or anywhere else that you have major placements in your chart, so that you can tie these two together, and that'll be your reading for the month of August, Libra. Now, make sure you like, share, and subscribe, and do all those things. And as a gift, I've been so busy this year with personal readings and healings and things of that nature. I am just living the dream. But what I want to do is I want to be able to give back. So if you go down to the description box below, you will see the website. On my website, I have a lot of different types of crystals. I'm offering 10% to anyone that would like to take advantage from reading this particular video, watching this video. You know what I'm talking about. You need to use the code 080822. The 8/8 Lionsgate that's taking place, it's the biggest culmination of an additional opportunity for abundance, and because it's been given to me, I would like to be able to give back. And if you have had a personal session with me at any point from January 1 to July 31st, okay, then you will be able to take advantage of some additional savings on the shop if you would like to take advantage. That is what I have for you, Libra. Many blessings, and we will talk to you soon. Bye for now.